All right, so you're in Deltona, and you're on the hunt, right?
A big quest.
Exactly. For that perfect slice of New York-style pizza. Well, you've definitely come to the right place today. We've done a bit of digging, actually.
Yeah.
Straight into a TripAdvisor list. It's called The 10 Best Pizza Places in Deltona, updated 2025.
Yeah, and the idea here is simple. We're kind of acting as your, I guess, Pizza Scouts.
Yeah, Pizza Scout. Reporting back on what your fellow Deltona residents are actually saying.
Exactly. We're skipping the, professional food critics for this one.
Right.
And going right to the source. The people who actually live there eat the pizza there.
Makes sense.
So this TripAdvisor list, with all its ratings and reviews, it gives us a real sort of snapshot of the local pizza scene.
And our mission, specifically today, is to figure out which place gets the most buzz for actual New York-style pizza.
That's the goal. Pinpoint that New York-style favorite.
So, okay, when we say New York-style, what does that bring to mind for you? Just personally.
Oh, well, for me, it's got to be that big slice, thin crust. Hand-tossed, usually. Crispy on the bottom, but still, chewy.
Yeah, foldable.
Definitely foldable. That's key. And usually a pretty straightforward tomato sauce, good layer of mozzarella. Nothing too fancy, just classic.
Classic, exactly. It's almost a whole vibe, isn't it?
It really is.
Okay, so keeping that classic New York style in mind, let's actually dive into this list.
Let's do it.
So looking at the top contenders based on like overall ratings and how many reviews they have. First up is Italianos New York Pizza.
Okay, the name itself.
Right. Pretty direct. They've got 4.1 stars, which is decent, and 47 reviews. So a fair number of people have weighed in.
47, that's not bad.
Then there's Monster Pizza, 3.9 stars, 21 reviews. Little Caesars is on here too. Surprisingly high rating, actually, 4.3 stars, but only from 8 reviews.
Small sample size there.
Very small. And then you have Roma Pizza and Dominic's Pizza, both showing a perfect 5.0 stars.
Wow, 5.0.
Yeah, but wait for it. Roma has 3 reviews. Dominic's has only 2.
Okay. So perfect score, but barely anyone's reviewed them. Gotcha.
Exactly.
So going back to that first one, Italianos New York Pizza. I mean, like you said, the name.
It kind of jumps out, doesn't it?
It really does. If you're specifically looking for New York style, that's a huge flag right there. It's like they're putting it out front saying, this is what we do.
Yeah, it's a pretty bold claim baked right into the name. And it's not just the name either. We actually pulled a review for them.
Oh, yeah. What'd it say?
It's pretty simple but positive.
Yeah.
Someone just wrote, "This is hands down the best pizza I've had. Very good pizza."
Okay, hands down the best. That's strong.
It is strong. Now, they don't specifically say best New York style pizza,
Right, no specific style mention.
But you combine that really enthusiastic review with the name Italiano's New York Pizza. It makes a pretty compelling case, I think.
I agree. You'd ideally love to see someone raving about like the perfect fold or the crust texture, connecting it directly to New York style.
Sure, ideally.
But best pizza I've had from a place calling itself New York Pizza. That definitely carries weight. It suggests they're living up to the expectation they set with their name, at least for that reviewer.
Makes sense. Now, what about those 5-star places? Roma and Dominic's.
Yeah, the perfect scores.
It's great for them, obviously. Those 2 or 3 people had amazing experiences.
Absolutely fantastic for those customers.
But like you said, the sample size is just tiny. It's hard to know if that's representative. Right?
Exactly. 2 or 3 rave reviews. It could mean they're incredible, or maybe those few reviewers just had a particularly good day, or maybe their taste aligns perfectly.
Or maybe they just make amazing lasagna and the pizza's okay. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And crucially for our search, we have 0 information from those few reviews about whether they're even trying to do a New York style.
Right. No clues at all. So great rating, but not much help for the New York Pizza Quest.
Not really, no. Too little data.
Okay, so let's talk Monster Pizza. 3.9 stars, 21 reviews. The interesting bit here is a review from someone who says they're from NJ, and Jersey pizza is hard to beat.
Ooh, the Jersey perspective. Always important in pizza discussions.
Isn't it, though? And this person, despite their Jersey loyalty, still says the quality of pizza is good.
Okay, that's actually pretty telling. Jersey folks, like New Yorkers, often have very high pizza standards, and their style is distinct, but, in the same ballpark sometimes.
Right.
So getting a nod of approval for good quality from a Jersey native suggests Monster Pizza is doing something right. It doesn't scream New York style, but it points to a certain level of competence, maybe, skill.
Yeah, good quality, even if the style isn't specified. Worth keeping in mind, maybe.
Could be.
And then Little Caesars. That 4.3 rating is still kind of surprising from just 8 reviews.
It is quite high for a major chain based on limited feedback.
The review snippet we have just says fast and fresh, which, is what Little Caesars aims for.
Sure, convenience. Hot and ready.
But fast and fresh tells us absolutely nothing about whether it resembles New York-style pizza.
Not a thing. Could be great for what it is, a quick, affordable bite. But based on this feedback, it doesn't seem connected to the specific style you're searching for.
Agreed. Okay, so the rest of the list. We've got the other big chains. Hungry Howie's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, and generally, their ratings on this particular Deltona list are a bit lower than, say, Italianos. But more importantly, none of the review snippets we see mention anything about New York style. Or anything style-specific, really.
Right. They focus on other things, or sometimes less positive things.
Yeah, like that Papa John's review. Someone said it tastes like paper, which is...
Definitely not what you're hoping for in any pizza, let alone a New York slice.
Not ideal, no. So these chains, while they obviously serve pizza, the local Deltona feedback here doesn't really flag them as the places to go for an authentic New York experience.
Yeah, based purely on this TripAdvisor snapshot, the focus seems to be elsewhere if you want that specific style.
All right, so let's try and wrap this up for our listener. Based on this specific deep dive, digging into this 2025 TripAdvisor list for Deltona, Italiano's New York pizza really seems to emerge as the strongest lead for that New York style craving.
I'd agree. The name is the most obvious clue, a direct claim.
Yeah, can't go with that.
And while the review wasn't style specific, getting called hands down the best is serious praise that supports the idea they're making quality pizza that people associate with their New York pizza name.
Right. And it's important to remember this is all based on what users were saying around the time this list was updated in 2025. It's just a snapshot.
Exactly. Tastes change, places change, but this gives you a really solid starting point based on collective local opinion at that time.
So bottom line, if you're in Deltona craving that big, foldable, classic New York slice, Italiano's New York pizza looks like, well, a pretty good bet based on this local feedback. Worth checking out, maybe.
Definitely seems like the prime candidate from this list. Give them a try, see if it hits the spot for you.
And hey, maybe even try Roma or Dominic's too, just to see what that 5-star hype is about, even if it's not specifically NY style. Broaden the Deltona pizza horizons.
Couldn't hurt. Which actually brings up a final thought, something maybe for you, the listener, to ponder.
Oh, yeah.
What actually makes a pizza New York style for you, personally? Is it just one thing, like the crust?
Good question.
Or is it the sauce's tanginess, the specific cheese melt, that foldability factor we talked about? Maybe it's just the sheer size.
Yeah, what's your defining characteristic?
Because, this dive gives you a pointer based on local buzz, but the best pizza discovery is often the one you make yourself, finding that place that perfectly matches your definition.
One slice at a time.
Exactly. Happy hunting out there.